Hey everyone, welcome to my story. Today's my story is on body language of your animals and reading them and what they are truly saying to you. So more specifically, I'm doing cats and dogs because that's the more typical type of animals that most people have out there. But obviously that can extend to any type of animal out there because every animal has its own body language. So if you have a specific type of animal that I didn't talk about in this video, definitely look online about those animals' body language. It might actually help you out understand more about your animal and how they are feeling during certain circumstances and some of the things that they do that you may not understand. So let's get into it with cats, I thought. And this is from pets.webmd.com. It says, what is your cat thinking? His body language may give it away. Cats use a various signals, body postures, facial expressions, and vocalizations to convey their message and avoid unwelcome confrontations. Tummy display. Number 1. Feline, or cats, body language is more nuanced than that of dogs, says Karen Sweda, DVM. Have you ever wondered, for example, why your cat's seemingly flirtatious behavior of rolling over and exposing its belly may be met in overt aggression when you try to stroke it? When your cat is content and relaxing, she may stretch out and roll over. But in other situations, when the cat feels cornered and cannot escape, this pose, followed by fully extended claws and sharp teeth, may be highly defensive, indicating that she is prepared to fight. As with other feline-human interactions, it is important to learn what the cat prefers. The fluttering blink. When a cat greets another cat or a person with slow, languid blinks, it's communicating affection. Why? Because in the feline world, closing one's eye in the presence of another is the ultimate sign of trust. By blinking slowly at your cat, you are communicating that you are aware of its presence and pose no threat. So the next time your cat blinks at you, try returning the gesture. Number 3. Classic Halloween pose. One of the most accurate barometers of cat's moods is its tail. When held high, it communicates confidence. Curled around another cat's tail or let behind human legs, it signals friendliness. And tucked between or below the legs, it signals insecurity or anxiety. The upright bottle brush tail is an unequivocal sign that your cat is feeling threatened. And when combined with the arched back, upright hair along the spine, and unshattered claws, the stance of a dead giveaway that you should back off. The direct stare. Although people may use the direct stare contact to show affection, most cats find it threatening. That's why in social settings, a cat usually gravitates towards the one person in the room who is trying to ignore it. The more fearful a cat becomes, the wider its pupils extend. When dilated, the pupils take it as much visual information as possible. This bug-eyed saucer look signals that the cat is very frightened and wants to retreat. I'm going to get you. Number 5. Even the most mild-mannered cat can retaliate if feeling threatened or aroused by too much play or petting. Cats are stimulus-driven predators by nature. So when they see something move, whether a mouse, a cat toy, or a human hand, are hardwired to pursue it. Closer and closer they inch towards it. When they reach aroused, then they pounce and kill. If the prey happens to be your hand, the wisest thing to do is to freeze. The stop action will interrupt their inbred stalking pattern. Audio cues. Cats may have adapted their meows and manipulated people in order to get their needs met. Cats don't do much meowing to other cats, and attention is getting device to express greetings, approval, demands for food, and more. Purring usually signifies contentment and may also be a comfort-seeking behavior when the cat is recovering from illness or close to death. High-pitched gurgling and chatting indicates friendliness. Growling, hissing, or spitting are emphatic warnings to stay away, at least until the cat is calmed down. And caterwauling is a very loud, gutting sound that cats make when threatened by other cats. This sound is common in deaf cats. Still, every cat is unique, and always tell clients that nobody knows your cat better than you do. So, definitely take a look at these signs if you are a cat owner. But let's move into dogs, even though there's many more body language signs for cats that you can learn. But those are just a couple. So what is your dog telling you? And this one comes from pets.webmd.com as well. So how many times have you wished your dog could talk to you? And that way you would know exactly what he was thinking. But he doesn't need to speak to clue that into you. Veterinarian biologists say if you learn to read your dog's actions, it is not hard to figure out what they are going to say in their head. Is he happy? When your dog is happy, his whole body looks soft. And when a happy dog wags its tail, the tail wags his whole body. He has relaxed ears, a soft pant, eyes are soft, and everything about him says, I'm cool, I'm good. Is he interested and stimulated? A dog that's going what a gene tells him to do is a happy dog. When a retriever is fetching, her body language screams, I'm totally into this. Same thing goes for a terrier who gets a chance to sniff out a critter or wipe a new toy back and forth. And a border collie that been directly through an obstacle course. Presenting with a mere hint of these activities, the dog may run out of pure joy, wag its tail, bark, grin, and spin in circles. Is he concerned? Let's say you're outside with your dog and another dog suddenly shows up on the scene. If your dog doesn't know this dog, he's likely to show his concern for sniffing up his tail and wagging it in a way that he doesn't wag his body. That kind of tail wag says, I'm thinking, I'm assessing. The wagging tail may show straight up, which shows a heightened alert. When a little nervous, your dog may draw his ears closer to his head and pant a little faster, or may close its mouth to enable him to sniff and check everything out. He may also open his eyes wider to let in more light. Is he afraid? Dog owners often confuse fear in a dog with shame and guilt. Bain, assistant producer of clinical animal behavior at UC Davis School of Veterinary Medicine, says, home from work to find your dog had an accident in the house, or maybe he's chewed your shoe. You express strongly disapproval, giving him a stern talking to. He reacts by holding his body close to the ground, pinning his ears back, and tucking his head between his legs. He may look like he feels guilty, but he's actually scared and anxious about what you might do. Fear of someone's your dog doesn't know looks different. When a dog is afraid of something or someone unfamiliar that's coming at him, he likely is to get a defensive posture that signals he's ready to fight. It's likely that your dog will go rigid and tall, trying to make himself look bigger than he is, and his tail will go up very high and stiff. The dog is hoping the threat will just go away. And is he angry? Maybe not. If your dog tears up your furniture while you're away, or you may think he is angry at you or spiteful. Most dogs, however, do the fear of being alone. They display separation anxiety. Others do this because they don't get enough attention or exercise. Talk with your vet or pet behavioralist to come to solutions. Is he in pain? Crying can be another area of misunderstanding. Many owners think a dog that's whining is trying to signal pain, when in fact many times dogs will whine just to get you to get from their computer and pay attention to them. They may also whine because they're anxious. If your dog is whining, check him over to make sure he is not in pain. If you give him attention and he still doesn't stop, call your vet. Taking the time to learn how to read your dog will enhance your enjoyment of the pet ownership, and it will make you for a very comfortable dog owner. In perspective, that a pet owner understands what their dog is saying, it's the key to a great relationship, just like with a cat. So, those were some signs that you could read from your dog and cat's body language. Now, there's obviously many, many more signs that you could go out there and read about your dog and or cat and tell you a little bit about them. But I highly suggest going out and looking at those body languages, because it might actually help you understand what your dog or cat or animal of any kind is trying to tell you or express to you. But next week's My Story will be on addiction, which is a very, very, very crucial thing in the world that does happen, and it can be very difficult to get over. But addiction is something that very, very is real in the world, and it needs to be talked about. So that's what we'll be talking about next week in My Story. Have a great day. Peace. Thank you guys for watching.